Hi, my name is Karen Curry, and I'm really excited to be here with you today. I've been doing a lot of human design readings lately, and it's been interesting to me because I've been noticing that people have been coming up with the same questions over and over again. And as I've been listening to people and really kind of tuning into what they've been wanting and what they've been curious about, it's really struck me that there's some really key issues that are facing all of us right now as we're going through this time of tremendous change. People are asking me, who am I? Do I have a purpose? What is my life purpose? How do I interface with that? In addition to, of course, that really big and important series of questions, they're also asking me, how can I be who I am and still do like the basic things that have to happen in the world, like raise my family, feed my family, pay my bills? People are really trying to integrate this awareness of who they are in a bigger spiritual plane with the mundane, everyday tasks of living. And really, the two can mesh up quite nicely. Of course, on top of all that, we're looking at issues of big shifts and changes right now. People are wanting to know, how do I survive while the world is changing at such a rapid pace? We're looking at issues like superstorms and political shifts and changes and economic challenges and issues with just about everything on the planet. We're looking at changes in the way in which we eat, changes in the way in which we educate, changes in the nature and the definitions of our relationships. Everything really seems to be changing. In fact, I would say that change is the new normal. The truth is that as we continue to grow and change, the future can be as bright as we can imagine, which is brighter than the light in this video. And then while you're changing, I feel like David Letterman tossing the top 10, right? While we're shifting and changing, there are some really important things that you have to pay attention to. First and foremost, one of the things that people keep asking me is, what's the most important thing that I can do for the planet? And what's the most important gift that I can give the world? And I will tell you right now, the greatest gift that you can give the world is you. You, right? You, beautiful, magnificent you. But not you as a disguised person, not you as an inauthentic person, not you struggling with fear and lack, not you trying to figure out who am I, but you, the real you, the magnificent you, that beautiful sense of yourself, that you that you know is in there, that maybe you've been working on trying to bring out and share with the world for a whole lifetime. Okay, so if you want to make a difference in the world, if you want to learn how to be resilient in times of change, if you want to be able to take that beautiful, expanded, deep awareness of who you are on a spiritual level and live it out beautifully in a fully manifested form on the mundane plane in your real everyday life, you've got to do a couple of really important things, okay? So before you can do that, you have to. Ready? Number one, you have to understand universal law, including the law of attraction. We've been talking about abundance, manifesting, the secret, all of this stuff for a good 10 years now. A long time ago when I first started doing this work, the law of attraction was still kind of a big secret. It's not really a secret anymore. But there's a lot of stuff out there. You've got people who are talking about just frickin' do it. You've got people who are out there who are talking about, just dream it and then be it. You've got people who are feeling it and being it. You've got vision boards. You've got manifesting. You've got, all kinds of different strategies for interfacing and enacting universal law. So one of the things I want to invite people back into as we go into this time of really big shift is kind of remembering and hooking into the basics of universal law. We really have to remember, what is it that creates, what is it within us that creates and co-creates with the divine a certain reality, a certain outcome, a certain place of abundance and safety and security, a place where we are safe and feel resilient even when things are changing with us. So, if you are out there in the world and you're kind of trying to muddle through all this stuff, first thing I want to just remind you is go back to the basics. Go back to some of the stuff we studied in The Secret. Go back to understanding how important, how crucial your mindset is, how important your attitude is, how important it is to get clear about what feels good for you and what doesn't, because those are really important tools to have in your toolkit. and really important parts of the resiliency model as we go through life and we shift. Now, I have included on this page, if you scroll down, there is a free 90-day Prosperity Revolution program that you can download. Those of you who have been with me for a while, you may remember Prosperity Boot Camp, which we did over and over again for several years every Thursday night, and it was a really fun and fabulous program. I haven't taught in a while, mostly because I think a lot of times you guys have all sort of shifted beyond some of the basics. But it's good to get back to basics and kind of refresh and dust off your manifesting or your abundance skills and your understanding of universal law. So scroll down, take a minute, download the 90-day program, and get started. Go back, flex your muscles, retrain yourself, remind yourself how fabulous and how abundant the nature of the universe is and how you can access that even when things are shifting and changing pretty dramatically. The second thing you got to do, ready for number 2, is you have to discover who you truly are, and I put in parentheses the word deconditioned. This kind of relates back to human design. In human design, we talk about how we have an inherent intrinsic energy, the truth that is us, our authentic self. And I'm going to talk about that in a minute. But as we go through life, there are other identities and other definitions and other energies that we experience from the world around us that oftentimes kind of push us away from being and living the truth of who we are. So in order for you to really be resilient in times of change and for you to really be able to align with true abundance, you have to go back and you have to decondition yourself, meaning you have to really look at where are your belief systems, where are your behavioral patterns, how have you processed and worked with certain energies, and how have those energies that are perhaps not even your own energies influenced yourself, influenced your life path, and your life decisions. It's time now. It's really time now. If you're going to give the world the gift of you, it's time now for you to let go of all of those pieces in your energy that aren't true to yourself. It's really time for you to get radically honest and beautifully honest about the integrity of your life. And when I say integrity, I'm not saying bad or malicious. I'm saying all of those places where you have made lifetime choices perhaps that have taken you away from the truth of who you are, the truth of your beauty, the truth of your heart, the truth of your soul, all of those things that have taken you away from that place, move them out of the way. Because it's time for us to get real. It's time for us to really be the magnificent beings we are. It's time for you to be the magnificent being you are. Okay, ready for number 3? Number 3, last but not least, kind of goes nice with number 2. You have to make decisions that are in alignment with who you really are. Again, it's kind of nice if you understand human design and you know human design, and I hope you do. And if you don't, I invite you to go to humandesignforeveryone.com and get started there learning about the truth of your magnificence. But the thing that's so important is not only do we have to take away all the energies and the old beliefs and the pieces of the puzzle that have kept us from living out the truth and the beauty of who we are, we also have to really make choices, sometimes courageous choices, that line us up with the truth of who we are, that are authentic and true, and that will keep taking us in a life direction that's in alignment with what you really want, with what's really true to you. Sometimes when we get stuck in life, when we get stuck with bills or things not working or relationships not working or, when we're in those kinds of places, it's not because you're doing it wrong. It's not because you're screwing it up. It might just simply be that what you think you're wanting isn't really what's true to what's correct for you, what you're really wanting, what your soul is wanting. You, the magnificent you, is a powerful, creative, courageous, vibrant light being. That's you. But for you, to try to fit that sometimes into a box or a definition or, something that you think could make you more money or should make you more money, it starts to limit us and shut us down. And ultimately, we want to be free. Ultimately, we want to be free to create from that place of who we are. And when we do, if you understand universal law, that's step number 1. If you understand universal law, you know that when you're true to yourself and you're true to your heart, everything clicks into place. And you are fully supported in that endeavor. There's nothing impossible about you being true to yourself. It's absolutely and totally possible. In fact, I would say it's the most important thing that you can do for the world and for yourself right now. So I'm going to leave you with that. Please scroll down, take a minute or two just to read what I've written down below. I think some of the information here is going to be really, really important to you to help you activate your true self, help you line up with the idea of how to be resilient while things are changing. We are on track for creating an incredible world. We're already living in an incredible world, but we are really on track for making it an even more dynamic, more exciting place, a place that can be sustainably peaceful, a place where people can have enough, where there is enough for everyone, and then some. We're on track for living an abundant life in every way. But for us to get there, for us to really fully manifest that, we've got to keep making some changes and some shifts. So, it's an interesting time. It's an exciting time, but it's a good time. And it's certainly time, more than any other time now in the world, it's time for you to be who you really are. It's time for you to bring that magnificence out, that authentic self, that beautiful self, so that we can all begin to align with the truth of who we are, and we can all become that perfect piece of the divine human puzzle that we were intended to be, so that we can go on and create something absolutely even bigger and more fabulous than where we're at right now. So scroll down, download the free 90-day prosperity, can't see my finger, the free 90-day prosperity program. Take some time. There's a free link to a slideshow presentation that I put down here about evolution, human evolution in 2012. And then also give yourself your time, if you haven't done this, get your free human design chart. Really learn and discover who you truly are. I've also added a couple of other freebies down here below. So give yourself a gift. Scroll down. Take some time. Become yourself. Be yourself. It's the greatest gift you can give the world and the greatest gift you can give yourself. Thanks for listening.